Guys, you know what? I don't actually believe this story personally. I think it's important to share the news with you though, as Toyota is still technically the largest car manufacturer in the world, even though it just came basically last in the rankings for global rankings for digital automakers. Toyota was second last to a car company that is basically extinct. So you can basically put Toyota in last place. It dropped another place because it fell by, I believe, 14% versus last year. Shocking rankings from Toyota. But what I think is even more alarming is that Toyota, they're hoping on a Hail Mary. The Hail Mary is solid state batteries. Now, no one has actually even seen a prototype of Toyota solid state batteries. We don't even know how they work. But Toyota claims actually they're about to build a factory to manufacture them, mass manufacture them, to make EVs with solid state batteries that are going to extend the range of their electric cars to 1,000 miles, basically crushing the opposition and putting them from essentially last place in the EV transition all the way up into first place. Is this reality, or is this simply a Disney fantasy? Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I want to say a big thank you to our Patreon and YouTube members. If you want to see some of my recent investment tips, I'll put a link in the description to our YouTube member page. And yeah, you can check that out. Toyota's all solid state EV battery factory plans apparently have the green light in Japan. Now, keep in mind, we haven't seen the energy density, the actual technical details of Toyota solid state batteries. We haven't seen one in a car yet. None of this is real. This is all promises that Toyota have been making since 2013. Back then, they said that their EVs in 2018 would all have solid state batteries. Then they claimed they changed that timeline to 2020. Then they changed it to 2023. Anyway, now it's actually I think they're saying 2027. They're saying 2030. Oh, they'll have plenty of EVs in 2030 with these batteries. Yeah, guys, you're telling me that Elon Musk and Tesla have gotten things late or haven't achieved things? Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing with that. But why does no one point out the fact that Toyota is actually the worst case scenario? They are. I mean, this is like telling investors, guys, investors, we have the golden ticket. You've won the golden ticket. Invest in Toyota because we have the best product. We have the best battery. It's going to destroy the opposition. And then it never turns up. But they just keep on changing the timeline. All right. Anyhow, Toyota's all solid state EV battery plans have gained approval from Japan's Ministry of Trade and Industry. This certification gives Toyota the green light to develop and build next-gen EV batteries as part of Japan's plans to boost domestic supply. Toyota announced that the MET 1 certification was granted to build EV batteries at several subsidiaries. The certification enables Toyota to produce next-gen batteries at Prime Planet Energy Solution and Prime Earth EV Energy. It also gained approval to build all solid-state EV batteries. Now, guys, I should point out the fact, a lot of people don't realize this, some Toyota hybrids still have nickel metal hydride batteries in them. No one uses nickel metal hydride in the industry. Absolutely no one. Energy storage, no one uses it. EVs, no one uses it. Plug-in hybrids, no one uses it except Toyota. Nickel metal hydride, old school technology, right? They still use them today in some of their vehicles. They won't tell you this. They don't want you to know this. It's not like, hey, advertise it. We're using these old school batteries simply because we have a factory that can still make them. So let's just keep on doing it. So that's this company. And they're telling us they're about to build mega factories, building solid state batteries, and they're going to be here soon. Anyhow, these Toyota affiliated companies mass produce batteries for their hybrid models, but are slowly transitioning to EVs, they say. Toyota took full control of Prime Earth EV Energy earlier this year, a former joint venture with Panasonic. The move enables it to respond flexibly to growing battery demand, according to Toyota. So basically, Toyota bought out Panasonic. Panasonic said, you can have that shit show. I mean, come on. Panasonic, as if they didn't just say, oh yeah, okay, Toyota, no worries, we'll sell to you if it was a good product. You're telling me, right, that Panasonic was going to be able to produce solid state batteries, which is the holy grail, right? And Panasonic and Toyota said, well, we want to buy you out. Panasonic went, yeah, no worries. What do you want? And Toyota said, oh, you'll give you a few bucks. And Panasonic, yeah, okay, no problem. Now, come on, I'm exaggerating, of course, but the point here is this would have been a protracted and very long, very enormous investment from Toyota if it was true that this plant was able to build solid-state batteries. But anyhow, maybe it's just a factory, and maybe it's just Toyota bought out a factory. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading this all wrong. It's possible. The Japanese auto giant plans to work with its subsidiaries as they shift to mass produce a wide range of EV batteries. Toyota released its EV battery roadmap last year, and this is the roadmap. This is from Toyota. It's interesting because there's lots of stuff going on here. There's monopolar lithium-ion batteries. There's bipolar lithium-ion phosphate batteries. Bipolar. So these batteries have the manic depressive. Some days they feel awesome and they're going to go really far. Other days they just don't want to do anything, and you'll basically have to drive a different car, apparently. Yeah, anyway, obviously I'm joking, but driving range apparently for their performance batteries, will be 800 kilometers. Look at this chart. You really need to look at this. It's so ridiculous. Toyota is saying that in 2026, so in a year, less than a year and a half from now, their EVs using just normal lithium-ion batteries, not even solid state, will have 800 kilometers of range, be 20% cheaper to produce, right, versus BZ4X batteries, and will charge in 20 minutes. Now, of course, there's already battery packs that can charge in 20 minutes. I assume they don't mean 0 to 100%. Oh, they're saying here 10 to 80% state of charge. So Toyota's charging speeds will drastically improve. Their range will increase by 300 kilometers. Their cost to produce their standard lithium batteries will go down by 20% in a year and a half. Yeah. Okay. Well, if this happens, that's wonderful for consumers. It's great. And for Toyota, great news. I've seen nothing whatsoever that suggests that's likely in the slightest. But hopefully it is. You never know. What about their lithium iron phosphate battery? Well, apparently in 2026, their lithium iron phosphate batteries will have 600 kilometers of range and be 40% cheaper to produce versus the batteries in the BZ4X. 40% cheaper. Now, the batteries in the BZ4X, Toyota don't produce a lot of those. Some of them are made by Toyota, some of them are not. Depends on the country you buy the car. Now, essentially, is that likely that those batteries, lithium iron phosphate batteries, will be 40% cheaper to produce? I don't know. But if they are, then wow, that's amazing. Now, here's the problem though. Charging speed. Toyota is saying 2026, 2027, their lithium iron phosphate batteries will take 30 minutes to charge from 10 to 80%. The problem with that is CATL, their batteries, biggest battery company in the world, their lithium iron phosphate batteries have the capacity to charge at 600 kilowatt charging speeds. Multiple versions of their LFP batteries do today, now, 2024. You just need the right architecture. The batteries are capable of it. 600 kilowatt. Same thing with Geely's blade battery, Aegis short blade battery. You can charge at 600 as well. Basically, Toyota is saying that by 2026, 2027, their batteries will charge, it will take twice as long, in fact, 3 times as long to charge versus today's lithium iron phosphate battery technology. So they're a fair way behind with LFP. I don't understand why they would even do this. They're much better off just buying those LFP batteries from CATL. It makes more sense. Anyhow, high performance bipolar batteries, don't know what chemistry, it just says liquid. Lithium ion, chemistry from Toyota just says nothing, just says lithium ion. Apparently in 2027, they'll have 1,000 kilometers of range. This is not solid state. 2027, right? 2.5 years, 1,000 kilometers of range. As in, their batteries in 2.5 years will have double the energy density of their batteries today. Double. How is this happening? I have no idea how this is happening. What about their solid-state batteries? Well, apparently their solid-state batteries will come as well in 2027, and those batteries will have 1,000 kilometers of range. Apparently their solid-state batteries will be no better than their high-performance lithium-ion batteries. Exactly the same range, 1,000 kilometers versus 1,000 kilometers. Cost is TBD. TBD. Solid-state version 2, which apparently meant to be coming in 2030. 1,200 kilometers of range. Now, reports from Toyota have said it's actually closer to 800 miles, which is a lot more than 1,000 kilometers for their battery packs. But anyway, you can see here what Toyota is saying. And this stuff is just like, if you're a 5-year-old, right? You could just go, what's something awesome? Let's write down some stuff let's jump on. My kids, right? My young kids, they jump on Canva. They can make charts like this. So basically, they can hire my kids to make this up for them. They can just enter any numbers they want, just enter whatever sounds good. What sounds good? What would be great? Double the energy density in 2 years? Yeah. How are we going to do this? Doesn't matter how we do it. Just make a chart. It'll look good. Investors will love it. This is what's going on here. So guys, 2 years from now, Toyota EVs will have double the range, double the energy density. They'll be much cheaper for Toyota to produce. And honestly, the EV revolution will be in full swing. But the thing is, Toyota is saying in 2 years from now, most people won't want EVs. So we have actually, as a company, Toyota, we're saying we're fully confident our EV batteries will have 1,000 kilometers of range in 2 years, but no one's going to want them. So we're going to reduce production numbers by 30%. That's what Toyota said, reduce by 30%, so that only a fraction of the cars we produce in 2027 are EVs. Still in 2027, even though we will have battery technology enabling 1,000 kilometers of range where the batteries are relatively affordable. Now, what about even closer than that, right? Same thing, right? Toyota is saying 800 kilometers of range in 2026, a year and a half. Costs to produce those batteries will decline by 20%, meaning Toyota can probably sell EVs a similar price to internal combustion in 2026 with 800 kilometers of range, but no one's going to really want them according to Toyota. Production, we're going to keep it below. About 10% of Toyota's car production in 2026 will be electric, about 10%. This makes no sense. It's like saying we have this great product and we can't show you how it works yet. We can't explain to you how it works. We've got a great product, but no one's really going to want it. So we're not going to make that many of them. Clearly, something doesn't add up. Clearly, there's a reason Toyota have not sued me yet. Thanks for watching.